Yes. Yep.
They never do, but you can't tell them.
I know, Seth.
Okay. Good evening. It's 6 p.m. on the night of February 17th, 2026. I want to call the LaGrange County Board of Zoning Appeals to order. Krista?
Lynn,
Here.
David,
Here.
Jerry,
Here,
and Nick.
Here. This is a 5-member board, all of whom reside within LaGrange County. Let it be known that as a petitioner, you are requesting to a variance to build and or operate outside of the ordinance of LaGrange County. It is the sole responsibility of the members of this board to make a decision on whether or not a variance shall be granted. Actually, I kind of screwed up, didn't I? Do we want to do the motion to approve the agenda? The adopted agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
We have a motion, a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The same sign. A motion, a second to do the minutes of January.
I make a motion to accept the minutes of January.
I'll second.
We have a motion, a second to approve January meeting minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Post same sign. Previous meeting minutes approved. Any communications? So how this meeting works is the petitioner has 15 minutes to explain what they're trying to accomplish to be given a variance. If there are any remonsters, they also have 15 minutes to voice their concerns. Then the petitioner will have 5 minutes to try and answer any comments or questions, concerns brought up by the remonstrators. Also, while you're presenting or speaking, make sure you speak to the board and not anybody else out in the audience. Does anybody have any questions? Perfect. New business. Let me go over the 4 verse 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so generally we have a 5-member board. Tonight we have a 4-member. So 3 of the 4 have to say yes for on each item that we're voting on for it to approve. So it's up to you, but you can go on as you planned, or you can table it till next month. You guys good with what you got? Good.
So the first on the agenda is 2605, we're in Wyman Township. Section 23, Township 38 North, Range 9 East, Zone 01. It's located at 1680 West, 635 North Howe. We're asking for a developmental variance for a new single-family residence located outside of the existing view shed and the neighboring property. So this is the proposed new structure. Outside the view shed of the neighboring property to the west. Here's the proposed structure. I have a representative, you can come to the podium, give us your name and address, go ahead and sign in on the sheet, and then explain to the board what you would like to do.
Can I say something real quick before? I don't believe this was staked when I was out there.
It wasn't when I was out there. There was no stakes anywhere.
There's some flags, but that was for NIPSCO, I believe.
Yeah, there was nothing.
But it was not staked or whatever. Did you guys hear that?
I'm sorry?
Why was this not staked?
The corners of the house.
We weren't instructed to.
I think you were.
It's on your checkout sheet.
It makes it easier for us to get a visual when it's staked. That's why we require it.
Especially in the snow.
I apologize, but by staked the,
The corners of your structure are staked.
Okay.
So it's a lot easier
okay,
to see,
Okay.
especially in the snow.
okay.
But- okay.
That was a miss on our part. Apologies for that.
To answer your question, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Ready?
I'm Gary Cater. I reside at 1809 Thicket Court, Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Brian Cater. My address is 4821 Forest Avenue, also in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Some background, the existing home was built in 1972. Our parents purchased the property in March of 1984. Home was 54 years old and in need of repairs and upgrades. The new home is 2,525 square feet with 1,283 on the first floor and 1,197 on the second. The home is 31 feet wide and then 51.8 feet long with a covered porch that extends on the roadside 2 feet and on the lakeside 12 feet. So the overall length of the home is 65 feet, 8 inches. The contour of the lake shoreline is the primary reason for the home location today and why we want to place it, the new home. Placing the home allows for vehicle access closer to the home, and there's a large elevation difference between the road and the home level. The home is currently positioned across the build line, and the closest corner is still approximately 70 feet from the lake. And then only the covered porch for the house, for the new home, would be across the build line. Just a couple of comments on the stake location for the plat layout. On the west side, or excuse me, on the east side, the plat stake is 4 feet from the water's edge. And on the west side, it's 31 feet from water's edge. And it was platted in 1925. 24. So we believe that that stake is too far from the water's edge on the 31 feet. We've made many design iterations to the exterior of the home to make it architecturally appealing. And we believe the new home will increase the value of adjacent properties as well as surrounding properties. We did just meet with the neighbor, Charles Anderson, who resides on the picture to the left side. His address is 1700 West 635. And we just went over the home layout, and he presented a letter to us that he's okay with the view shed if we move the current layout 8 feet further back from water's edge, or from the current position. So 8 feet to the north. I can present that to the board. Do you want me to read the letter, or would you?
Go ahead.
This is Charles Anderson. I reside at 1700 West, 635 North, Howe, Indiana. My house is adjacent to 1680 West, 635 North, where a new home view shed variance is being requested by Gary and Brian Cater. Gary and Brian and I met on February 17th, 2026, and reviewed the proposed new home location on the lot. I would have no concerns with the home location if it was placed 8 feet further back from the lake from position shown on the plot plan dated 2/16 of 2026. Sincerely, Chuck Anderson.
Eight feet still wouldn't get it out of the view shed, though. So we still gonna vote on it as what it is right now, or are
Pardon?
we're still gonna vote on it as what it's presented as, or the 8 feet back?
That's entirely up to you guys. It's
Well,
further,
they would have to amend their request if they were gonna make it back the 8 feet to appease the neighbor. That would be up to you guys to do that, and work with you guys as presented.
We would need to apply for a new variance?
No,
for this one? Sorry.
You, we're here at the meeting, it's been advertised as it is, but if you're gonna reduce the encroachment or, the interference, so to speak, you can do that on the fly, amend that. You just couldn't move it closer to the lake and make it more.
Sure.
Because then we'd have to re-advertise and do it again. But if you move it backwards and lessen the, I guess, the intrusion, then you can do that on the fly.
I would like
So
to know
I'm
how
saying,
you came up with the
if you
8
say
foot
the
though.
8 feet, if you want to
What'd you say?
agree to that, then you
Yes,
can
and to
amend
see
on the fly and ask
How we came up with
as
8 foot.
presented, but 8 feet.
Just threw it in here.
I wish he was here.
You proceed
Yeah.
as you are.
No, we want to present it. We want the neighbor to be in full agreement with where we position the home, and he has graciously accepted that there is he's got a view shed today, and we are encroaching on it further than what it is today, but we fully agree with what he is proposing.
Okay. So you're asking to
Amend
amend it, to
yes.
move the house 8 feet to the north. You'll probably have to get an updated site plan to Robbie, just so we have it for the record. So
Absolutely.
The amended one, just so it matches up with what's built for the as-built.
So we're voting on it being 8 feet further away from the water.
Yeah, as proposed, but 8 feet
Okay.
further away or further. It's still within the view shed. That's-
Right. It still needs a variance.
Less so than.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Does anybody else, did you guys have anything else to say?
No.
Anybody else want to speak in favor of this petition tonight? Anybody want,
I've heard it again.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody want to speak against this petition tonight?
Okay, so this is, what's this actually, Charles Anderson?
So- What day was the card mailed?
2/9.
What day did he
That
write
was
that?
today.
That was today that they had.
Today,
Okay.
He just said it's the only thing it would turn from a single to multiple. That was the only thing.
Okay.
No other remonstrators. Close the public hearing. Oh, I guess.
Yeah, give him a chance.
Do you want to respond to that? Yeah, I guess it doesn't.
I didn't hear what, it was Charles Anderson who sent in a card, and I didn't hear.
Concerned it might turn into multiple family.
Yeah. That was it. It was a single, he said every house there is single and this would be multiple family. So that was his concern.
But it was also a week ago.
Yeah.
Okay,
So sounds like you guys have worked it out.
yeah, I mean,
You're not going into a duplex.
no, obviously, we're brothers. We both have families.
Right.
We both share, we share
Mhm.
the lake cottage,
Yeah.
basically. It was, our parents bought it, so we've always all gone up there, and so that's,
Mhm.
no, we don't plan on renting anything.
So I guess close the public hearing. Yeah.
It's a long lot, a lot of space.
Yeah.
To move it back 50 feet. That would be my estimate.
Into the hill.
That would just get it back to the shed. Instead of 8, but
Yeah.
would that still be in the view shed, Robbie?
8 feet would be, yes.
But 50 feet would not?
No, there's not that much of it sitting out in front of the,
Okay.
See,
it's basically, look at this, see where the cross-hatched red is,
Yes,
which is the covered porch,
yes.
and another, I don't have a dimension on it.
Okay.
see, I didn't see that. I thought it would jam it into that hill real bad if it did. I'm a little concerned about that 8 feet.
I think the 8's probably fine, but 50 would really be up in that hill.
It's such an unfair shoreline because of,
The lot is odd with the shoreline.
Yeah.
And your well is behind the house? No, your well is off to the side?
it currently is, the well would be moved up very close to the road.
Okay. And are you on sewer out there or septic?
It's septic.
Where is your septic at then?
The septic right now is on the right side of the home as you're looking at it, and the leach field goes towards the lake. The new septic system that we've already reviewed with and presented to the health department just about a year ago now, we have a preliminary plan that the tank would go, there's a shed in the picture that's about halfway up towards the,
I thought LaCrud was going in
Yeah.
there.
Mhm.
Have you heard when LaGrange County, what's it? Regional Utility District is putting in a system out there? Because I thought it was already in the works.
the south side of the lake are hooking to sewers, but the north side of the lake, they ran out of funds for it. We've had discussions years ago. They came out and, we were planning for sewers on that side of the lake, but the funds are not there. So there would be a tank, but the leach field, we own the property across the road. The leach field would be up across the road on that lot.
You guys pumped over?
Mhm.
They need to be pumped over.
Yep.
Yes. So we believe it's better for the lake leach fields.
Mhm. Further away for sure.
So where where the shed is currently,
Yeah, it's going to be between the home and that shed,
okay.
the tank.
So you're going to keep the shed then?
Right now, the
Okay.
plan is to keep that.
Okay.
We've left that open for the builder. If it caused any obstruction in the build process, we left it open that if it needs to come down, it can come down.
Okay.
Any other discussion down there?
No.
You have anything else, Lynn?
No.
Just ready for a vote then.
The approval of the injuries to the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare of the community. Jerry,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Lynn.
Yes.
The use and value of the area adjacent to the property, including the variance, will not be affected in a substantial adverse manner. Lynn,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
Nick.
Yes.
The strict application of the terms of the Unified Development Ordinance will result in practical difficulties in use of the property. Nick,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
and Lynn.
No.
Your petition's been approved. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
You'll need to make sure that you bring in a new drawing. Thank you very much.
Yep, please. Next one on the agenda is 26, RU 01, we're in Newberry Township, section 14, township 37 north, range 8 east, it's zoned PUD, which is a planned unit development going by residential standards. It's located west of 7705 west, 100 north Shipshewana. It's a land use variance to allow to keep 2 horses on a residential lot within a planned unit development. Here's our site plan. Structures the existing home and barn. This is the parcel that they're looking to keep them horses on. Do you have a representative? Please come to the podium, give us your name and address, go ahead and sign in, and then just explain to the board.
I'm Lyle Beachy. I live at 7705 West, 100 North, Shipshewana. I'm looking to get a land use variance for 2 horses on the property to the west of mine. And have it set back 100 feet from the neighboring Berkshire property to the north, both of Ryan and Corey. I have privacy trees along there and then have this all fenced in up here for 2 horses.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
Anybody else want to speak in favor of this petition tonight?
Hello, my name's Tad Height. I'm here representing the town. Kind of last minute. Terry couldn't make it, so I'm audible. He came to the town council. The town council asked all their questions and they sent over a letter with a positive recommendation. When I was reviewing, it looked like he was requesting 2 horses. The town council didn't see a problem with that as long as it didn't exceed that. They also made a recommendation that he have a 100 feet buffer on the north side between all the residential properties before, so the horses can't get within 100 feet of that back property line. I think the only other sentiment they had was living in the type of community we do, they said they thought this is something that was going to come up from time to time, and they felt this was a good exception to allow the horses in the area.
Tad, did it come up that he was already applied for a variance and he was denied?
Yes.
And what was said about that?
There was quite a bit of discussion. One of the main thing is it's our understanding that it was brought up and denied, and he was previously advised by a previous town manager that it would be okay. And he was going off of that assumption that that's what he was working off of. And then when this all came about, he came to us and that was the discussion of where it came from. So after they discussed it, that's where they stood on it.
1 month was. I guess I'll ask in a second. Are you good?
Yeah, if you didn't have anything else.
I have been in favor.
And I had I'm sorry, I forgot. They also required that all the adjoining properties sign a letter that said they're okay with it or not okay with it. And I think he got a positive from all the adjoinings. And then I brought the originals in case you needed it. I knew it was emailed over. Okay.
Mary Schmucker, Gary, and Bonnie Frisbee, Tanny Yoder,
These are 4?
Yeah.
All of these?
and then Lena Wilkie. They also did approve and would like to see it move forward.
Anybody want to remonstrate against this petition tonight? Let's close the public hearing. When was he here last? 'Cause I felt like Terry would have been around and not Bob. It was with Bob. So this has been 4 years since we've seen this?
I believe so. It was probably, I guess, 2021.
I was gonna say, I didn't look up the exact date.
So I think the board deserves an explanation of, I guess, when you decided it doesn't matter what was voted on, and you just decided to do what you wanted anyways.
About 2 weeks after that meeting is when Bob calls me and he asked if I still want horses. And I was like, well, that was kind of the point of the whole thing. And he tells me to go ahead, fence it in. If anybody has anything against it, they need to come see him. And then I left it for a little bit and I was like, well, if I have the town behind it and they're approving it, then does he actually have a point or not? And I guess I could have came out here I probably should have came out here and talked to you guys, but and then do you put his job in jeopardy? Or what would have happened to him if I would have just ran out here right away and said something? It was probably not the right thing to just go along with it, and I'm sorry about that.
I mean, I would say it's a slap in the face. I can't even get Beacon to come up.
You bought your property and I think it says in Beacon in 2018, is that correct? Something like that?
2016,
2016? Ah, okay.
I believe so.
And you knew it was an acre property and you'd have only an acre to put your horse on, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he had told me there's the property behind it, but for the, he never did anything with it because of putting all the fence and the cost in. He was like, he can just feed hay, and the property owner before me had only lived there for like a year and a half. And he didn't even have a horse over there. Or I mean, no, he was there for 2 years because we waited to have closing for 2, so he was there for exactly 2 years.
But you didn't buy this other parcel at the same time.
No, I did not buy that. I was in hopes of buying that and then doing this in the future.
Okay.
And at that time, I didn't realize that that would require a variance until I had talked to Bob Yoder, the Berkshire.
That's the other Bob that I was wondering about. Bob Yoder, is that his name? I thought it
Bob
was
Yoder.
Lambright. It's
Is
Yoder?
it Lambright? It might be Lambright.
Okay.
He was one that was the representative for Berkshire.
He
when they
developed
was,
the,
Yes.
yes, okay, the property there. Well, it's hard for me to give you the variance for this when you were turned down. It's just very difficult.
And it's not like we can go talk to Bob Shanahan.
So it was just verbal, there was no written?
No.
Okay.
If he, okay, so obviously I wasn't here for the first meeting. If he gets denied a variance for like say when Bob Shanahan was in, and then, so let's say he doesn't do it and we don't have the violation here. And then, but like 2 years later or 4 years later, he comes in and says,
Come back in 12 months.
okay, so he could,
Deny the variance, you can come back and put that after 12 months. And
So
apply
the-
for same variance.
right. So the thing that's impalatable here is the fact that it continued to happen, right? And that's what I'm hearing. So the thing I'm curious about is when we get a positive recommendation from the new town manager,
Well,
Does
it's town
that-
board, right?
and the whole, I mean, yeah, the whole town of Shipshe sounds like they're fine with it. Do we trust them as far as like, because I remember we ran into this with Topeka, that it's kind of a, just stamp it and go. I didn't know if do we trust that recommendation as, their town? Like, have they put their mind to it? Sounds like they've had deep conversation about it.
I was gonna say, I would think that they put a lot of thought into it. They required, letters from neighbors. They asked for a buffer, they asked for some screening. So I would say yes, that the town put some thought into it.
Are those trees already there, sir, Mr. Beachy?
Yes.
Okay.
Trees are there.
Since you have limited space, what do you do with your manure?
The manure, I put on a pile until it composts and then drive it to the neighbor property is what I've done so far.
Okay, so you do compost it there? Those are 2
Yeah.
piles composting?
I just compost it on site, yes.
So you,
It's very clean.
Like when this came up again, I was like, we were gonna want to build a new house eventually. And I was like, well, let's just build a new house back there, put my horses up front and do what the property says to do. But I've decided against that and I can't do it. But if I do that, that would be going against the neighbors. And I believe that would affect the neighbor's property value.
Well,
So-
that lot there is actually the retention pond for that whole development.
Mhm.
The portion of the development, there's easements all the way through there. I think it'd be very difficult for you to build a home on that lot. It's the retention pond for the community.
Okay.
Yeah,
When I bought it from, because Bob was like, you either have to buy it now or I'm putting a house on it before that next one, but
I don't think.
The plan of it shows that it's a retention pond. It's got an easement that runs east and west.
Yeah, you're pretty much locked in.
It's also considerable amount of it is wetland.
Yeah.
Well, I guess my biggest concern with this is that you have a mud lot on your own property and then this one's gonna become a mud lot too, and all that dirt and everything else is gonna wash down into retention pond, and I don't know how that retention pond's going to function once it fills up. Do you have any way that you're going to keep that from happening?
the lot in front with putting the horses on that, just in that small little area, that will turn into a mud lot fast. That I'm gonna be driving, getting more rocks and stuff in, and then in the back, split it up, and then they can only graze and keep them off and like not overgraze that area, so that, so you don't have the erosion and all that.
How much would this change if you had one horse instead of two?
The worst thing would be I need the one horse for my transportation, and then I can't get a pony, but that's not the end of the world. The little girls are planning on that, but
So it's one horse and one pony is what you really want.
essentially, yes,
What do you have now?
I think
one
two-
horse.
So you only have one horse on that, and that lot looks like that now?
Well, I had two horses this winter.
Okay.
And Mom and
so that-
Dad, they're getting to, I don't think he's even gonna have another horse for this following summer when they
Yeah.
come back.
So how long were you grazing this property already?
One summer.
Just one
Well,
summer?
no, it'd be 2 summers. Cause I tried to reseed it this last spring. I reseeded it, and I was hoping to do that again to even get a little bit more.
So you're taking care of it, trying to keep grass on it instead of, you're doing the rotationary grazing and trying to keep grass there and not let it get to a.
Yeah. And I hate seeing horses on the mud and stuff, and I'm trying to turn the little area right in front of the barn and put a lot of rocks into it so that it's not muddy, so they don't have to stand in the mud or anything. And then keep the other one nice and like grass. All this, last year I had to keep it mowed because of, like, it grew up pretty quick on me.
So really, I would say it's different, two horses versus one horse and a pony. I think they're gonna eat different, hooves are totally different, but.
So the town of Shipshe's recommendation was 2 horses. I mean, they were fine with that.
Well, that's what he's applying for. So he
Mhm.
said 2 horses.
But I guess I think one horse and one pony is different than two horses.
It is a little, yep, it
A
is.
little bit, but not a lot. You're still gonna get.
Mhm.
I mean, the typical buggy horse produces 9 tons of manure a year.
Mhm.
Okay. I would imagine a pony, half of that.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, at least. I don't.
How many feet are you away from the pond? How much green is there?
That is just like weeds grown up in there.
Mhm.
And I've thought of redoing it and moving it out. If I could go further back, then I was gonna move it out a little bit more so I can keep it a lot cleaner.
Hmm.
Like, cause I don't like the look of it as of now.
So you're saying going closer to the pond with the fence or further away?
Further.
Further away to give me more room to clean in between.
What you're saying is that if you can extend your pasture around the back of the pond, and keep that 100-foot buffer, is that what you're saying?
Well, the original plan was, yeah, all the way back, but even if with 100 foot, like, I can back that thing away from the pond if need be. It's, some areas it's a little closer than others. I'd say it's 20 feet, 15 feet, 20 feet in that area.
That way, if it ever, the manure is just not washing right into the pond, there's something there to catch it.
Yes, there's something there to catch, but yeah, and the pond catches a a lot of manure, but that's more from the street.
Gotcha.
So you do haul the manure off your property?
The neighbor property and was the last year I put it on that. The Dean Stutzman has hauled it over to the farm as well. But that I didn't like because he went and ran through there, so I stopped him. And from there on, I've just been putting it on the neighbors right there across the road. So I don't want to be hauling my manure down the road. Like making a mess on the road is what I didn't want to do.
Mhm.
But if
What
manure
neighbor-
is an issue, I can, there's a company that I can call and they bring out a big hopper, you fill it, they take it. And I'm willing to do that. I have no problem with that.
So where's this property that you haul the manure to? Or they come and get it for you?
Well, no, I would take it across, it's Kyle Mast. He has that lot that goes all the way, it's between 20 and my house, is what I
Oh.
did. So it covers his, like for when my area, the composted area is full, it'll cover his up. Well, not completely covered, not like but it makes it to where it can
Directly
breathe
south
and-
of his property there, that big Y or V there.
Triangle in the middle.
It's
Oh.
4.5 acres.
Okay, okay.
That's right there.
Oh, right there.
That
Okay.
center circle there, or center thing.
Okay.
And again, I just talked to neighbor Dwayne when I seen he had the hopper there and got information on that. And if that's something that you like, cause I was considering that anyways, to just bring a hopper, fill it, they take it.
Lynn, what was the reasoning last time for the denial?
Well, it's a part of a PUD,
Residential standards.
it was a residential standard at the time. We were afraid that it might proliferate. If,
Get into the water.
and it was just that, the property was purchased and then the variance was filed for. If perhaps we had done it the other way around,
Mhm.
make sure that you could get the variance first and then purchase the property, contingent on being able to get a variance, put a horse there. And probably would have been a little bit different. And I'm not big on putting horses in residential areas. I'm just not big on that at all. The only reason I would even think about doing something like this would be to get the horses out of the mud.
Mhm.
If you can manage to keep that grass covered in there. I don't think with two horses you can. I think you probably can with one horse, but you're going to have to get rid of the manure at some point. It's just got too much nitrogen in it. Of course,
Mhm.
got too much of everything in it. And I understand your thought about the town of Topeka. Excuse me, Shipshewana, it sounds like they had quite a discussion.
Right. I mean, ultimately, if I was in charge of the town, I would like to have a little bit of say so, and it sounds like they've done their work. So those people are in position for a reason. And so I also understand our position. However, that does hold some weight for me.
And there's 3 adjacent property owners and nobody's here.
Mhm.
The Beachies to the north of you, is that any relation to you, or is that,
That's my mom and dad.
it's your mom and dad, okay? So where do they keep their horse? Your house?
They had one horse for last year, but I don't think they're gonna be doing the horse this year.
Okay.
When they come back from Florida.
You can get an e-bike.
Oh,
Yeah, they got an e-bike and they're just here for the summer, so. And if I have one horse, then they can go with us someplace if they need to.
Mhm.
They can use our horse.
Any other discussion?
Well, first of all, what are we gonna do with the manure situation? We're gonna let him just haul it across the road there? Is that,
It still filters into the same pond, doesn't it? But at least it's got a little bit of open
well, I
space.
mean, that water eventually gets shipped to Swan Lake, so
Right.
that's where it all heads, you know?
Well, I don't know if is that something that needs to be signed, but I can do the same thing as Dwayne started doing over there by ENS. He just gets a hopper out, you fill it, they pick it
Mhm.
up. And I have no problem with that.
We would have to make a condition for that, right?
That would be correct, yes. Well, I would think so. Wouldn't it be a condition, Dustin?
I would think so,
Yeah.
yeah. Some sort of plan or something. Unless he's proposing that as part of his request. then
Mhm. Okay.
As long as that's noted that he's made that part of his request, I think that's sufficient to see some help with that.
Are you suggesting that you would like to add that to your variance request tonight to take the manure off-site in a hopper instead of spreading it next door?
Yes, I'll make that. I wanted to add that to as my request.
Okay. So you understand that by doing that, that you are required to do that?
Yes.
Okay, so that request has been amended then, right? So now we're not dealing with the manure anymore. It's in the hopper.
They actually told you could build a house on that lot, huh?
Bob Lambright had plans of doing that, and that's why I bought the property then before the variance went through. Because he was like, he's down to that one house and he's ready to start on that. It's either you buy it or else I'm putting a house on it. And the neighbors did not want a house on there. Myron had lived right next door to us at the time, and he offered, if you can't get it and it ends up that you don't want it, then I'll just buy it from you to keep a house off of it.
I doubt it was in the original plan.
No,
The house there.
no.
Sounds like a way to.
Yeah. 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 I think you were, yes, I
worked.
believe you were,
Yeah, I don't,
no,
Because it's not connected to the cul-de-sac.
No. no. Well, kind of.
I've had to drive
Yeah,
next to the pond.
okay.
but I would definitely hate to be the guy trying to build a house back there. There'd be so much red tape, you'd see stars.
Okay.
I'm good.
Anything else?
Okay.
The approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, and general welfare of the community. Gary.
Yes.
Nick.
Yes.
Steven.
Yes.
Lynn.
Yes.
The use and value of the area adjacent to the property, including the units, will not be affected in a substantial adverse manner. Lynn.
Yes.
Steven.
Yes.
Nick.
Yes.
Jerry.
Yes.
The need for the variance arises from some condition peculiar to the property involved. David.
Yes.
Jerry.
Yes.
Nick.
Yes.
Lynn.
Yes.
The strict application of the terms of the Unified Development Ordinance will constitute an unnecessary hardship if applied to the property for which the variance is sought. Lynn.
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Jerry.
Yes.
Yes.
Approval does not interfere substantially with the LaGrange County Comprehensive Plan. Jerry,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
and Lynn.
Yes.
Petition's been approved. Thanks for coming in. Any other business? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
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 Same sign. Adjourn.
Yes.
Two horses.
Two horses. So you can choose if it's two grown horses or